In this video, we are going to be talking about product page optimization and how simple tweaks on any product page can dramatically change the results that you are getting. So make sure you watch this entire video. You will learn a lot. Hi, my name is Peter Ghiordi. I'm the CEO and founder of Dashniks, where we provide technology and education to help you to launch, grow, and manage your online business without complicated setups and without wasting time and money on stuff that doesn't matter. If you love simplicity, speed, and results, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell button as well so you get notified whenever we release the next educational video right in this channel. Now in this video, we are going to be talking about product page optimization, and particularly I'm going to give you 5 strategic steps that you need to take on any product page to make that page convert better and produce more results for your business. I'm literally talking about applying a couple of steps to turn more visitors to more paying customers in a matter of minutes. That's the power of these product page optimization strategies that I'm going to give you today. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you 2 bonus strategies that you can apply on any product page to boost the lifetime customer value right away. These are very powerful. Not many people know about them, so make sure you watch this entire video to learn about them. But now, let's get started with the first step that you need to take when it comes to product page optimization. Now, the first element in the product page optimization process is to look at the product page title and price comparison. And this is very important because there are 2 questions that will be in everyone's mind when they will land on the page, and whether your title and price comparison answer these questions will determine whether someone spends more time to read more about your product or not. So in order to better demonstrate that to you, let me hop behind the computer and let me show you exactly what I mean by title and price comparison. So here I have a demo store, and I just want to show you now this title right here. And I want to say right away that the purpose of a title is really twofold. First, you want to obviously tell what this product is, but the second thing that you want to answer immediately with the title is why people should buy it right now. Okay, so in this case, we have the Vintage Rechargeable Pro Cordless Hair Clipper, and then we have limited time special $45 off, which tells people, hey, you need to buy this right now because this is for a special price for a limited time. And if you don't give that reason why people should buy it now, they are not going to do it. And that's why we have the price comparison on the page, where you have kind of the regular price. So in this case, it's $79.95. It's a regular price, right? And then we have $34.95, which is this limited time special 45 off price. So we right away show that this is something special, and this is how you can hook people in when they come to your page. And this is really the first product page optimization hack that can help you to get people further down the page up to the add to cart button and so on and so forth, right? So it's very important that you answer these 2 questions when it comes to title. So you give them what this product is, like in this case is Vintage Rechargeable Pro Cordless Hair Clipper, and then you tell them why they need to buy it right now, because this is a limited time special. There is $45 discount, which you can claim right now if you take action immediately. So those are 2 important aspects when it comes to title, and you definitely need to have a price comparison on every single product page because that's how you can indicate the special pricing and really make a comparison, because every single person is going to be looking for a comparison. When they see just the price like $34.95 and there's nothing else, they would wonder, well, is this the best price out there, or is this, maybe there is something cheaper somewhere else, right? But when you give them the comparison, the human mind accepts that comparison subconsciously and then moves forward with taking action, right?
That's how titles work, and that's how price comparison works.
Now, the next feature set that you need to look at when you optimize your product page is the main description, reviews, and featured image. And really these three, you need to look at them at the same time. And when you optimize your page, you need to, again, see how they answer the question that people are asking as they browse through the information on the product page and really consider to buy your product. So again, let's go back behind the computer and let's talk more about that.
Now, when it comes to the product description, featured image, and reviews, the first thing, you obviously want to have reviews on the page, right? You want to have them, and you also, that's why you want to provide an easy way for people to leave a review, and maybe even if they upload an image, which is visual representation of the product, you can give them a discount and incentivize that action. And we have built that inside of the Dashniks PowerTech Store Builder. But when it comes to the actual product description and featured image, the most important element of those two things is really answer the question, who is your primary customer, right? Who is the main customer you are targeting with this product page? And so, when you pick the featured image and when you start to write a description, you need to really have this idea in mind that you can imagine almost the person who is coming to your store and reading this and engaging with this, and you need to have a clear picture who that person is. Like in this case, you see, we have the featured picture here with a mother and toddler, and the reason why we do this is because here the first testimonial is, I'm cutting my son's hair with this. He's 1 year old and it works perfectly. It's sharp and can do a super close cut, and my husband loves it too. So that's how we started, because our primary sort of audience for this was intended to be people who like vintage stuff, and also, mothers, because of the timing when we were doing this store. And then when it comes to the description itself, a lot of people try to stick all of these product details right in there, but you want to leave those product details in what we call the extra description field, which is really closer to the bottom of the page, because they really are not so important, but more important elements are the benefits that someone will get, or how this will help them to solve the problem that they have, and you need to highlight those benefits in a couple of bullet points that easy kind of engage them and explain them what they can expect from the product. And then obviously you give them call to action, with some kind of information like about shipping, delivery, and guarantee and all those things. You obviously want to do that, but the most important thing when it comes to description is really to talk about the main benefits and how they are being addressed with the product features, right? So instead of putting all these sort of things that is kind of not every person can understand them and not every person knows them, with things that they can quickly and easily identify with the actual action that they will take, right? Like, for example, low noise, everyone can quickly understand what that is, and also at the same time powerful motor, they also can understand how those two combinations are beneficial, to have a low noise, and at the same time, the clipper is very, very powerful, right? So these are kind of important aspects when you build the description and align the description with the featured image. And it really doesn't matter what you sell, you always need to think about those things. So instead of picking some random image, you need to have the product image that is really aligned and match the person that you are targeting. And then also the first message on the page should be really talking to that person directly and addressing their concerns, and really answer their questions about the product in a way which is, engaging and really kind of give them the comfort that, hey, I'm going to buy this product. This is really good, right? So that's what I want to say about the description, reviews, and featured image. So make sure they are aligned and you strategically pick them so that when someone who you are targeting is visiting your product page, you can really convert and get results.
Now, if you have done a good job with title and price comparison, if you have answered those two critical questions I mentioned, and if you have also optimized description, images, and reviews, you have done a good job with your product page. But clearly that's not all. That's not where everything stops, because the very next step is going to be product options and how well they are optimized on a product page, making sure that the customer can clearly understand what he can expect if he orders a particular product. So let's go behind the computer and let's take a look how you can optimize this part of the product page to maximize your conversions.
Now, since this product doesn't need a product options, I'm going to show you this other store where we have a product that needs to have multiple product options. And as you can see, we have here, sizes and size guide, and we have the gender option, and we have, the color option. And as you can see, as I'm clicking on these different colors, the actual image right here changes. And this is really important because, people want to see, and this is also a feature called pinch zooming. With the pinch zooming, they want to see how the product will look like, right? As closely as possible, and the exact color or exact style that they want. And how we do this configuration inside here is we have the special options here where you upload all the images, and then you can set up all of these product variants, and you can easily just link them together with any particular image you want, right? And as you link them together, and then you can also select different profiles. I don't have any here, but you generally can create a color profiles as well. You can link them together, and that's what will give you the option where when you select a color, the actual product image changes and shows a particular color. And as you can see here, before the add to cart button, obviously we have an option where you can see clearly what are the options that have been selected, right? So we have the size, the gender, the color, and the price. And again, as we talked about before, the price comparison is shown everywhere because this is a reinforcing why people need to act right now, why they need to purchase immediately, and that's very, very important. So that's how you link it together. And also one thing I want to show here is that we have another option which is called styles, and styles are basically values which you can also link with images. For example, let me call it cool. Okay, let me call it cool. And let me say, okay, so I want to link this cool together with an image. Now I can't do this because I'm using the colors here, and if you are linking images with colors, you can't mix them with styles. But you can see, I just wanted to demonstrate that there is this option that allows you to link styles as well. And what that will do is it will create this icon with a small image of this big image. So in some for example products need to have that, and that's really cool as well. So you need to have these options linked together with the image if you want to really convert people and get results.
Now, the next step that you need to take when it comes to product page optimization is something that everyone knows about. And I'm talking, of course, about timer and progress bar. You need to have at least one of these elements on your product page to really enforce the scarcity that you have built into the product title. Now, why scarcity is important? It's important because as human beings, we don't make definite decisions unless we have a specific time frame until which we need to make that decision. And this particularly applies to everything money related, because We have worked so hard to earn our money that we don't want to part ways with it unless there is a good reason for that step. And you want to give that reason. You want to enforce that scarcity and say, hey, I have the best product, I have the best service, I want to give it to you. You need to make a decision right now because this is the best deal you will ever get. That's just how you need to operate if you want to get results. And therefore, timers and progress bars are really important. But on top of that, there is one more step that you can take with your product page to make even more money with the same amount of visitors that you are currently getting. So let's hop behind the computer. Let's take a look at the timers, progress bars, and I'll show you one more thing that can make a dramatic difference to your results with your product pages right away.
Now here on the product page, as you can see, we have this kind of message here, hurry, only 8 left in the stock. And we have the timer, which shows when this particular special promotion expires. And these elements are proven to increase conversions every single time. So whenever we have, a timer and progress bar on a page, we see higher conversions and sometimes 20-30% higher conversions than when we don't use them. So combination of the, title that enforces the reason why people need to buy right now with the timers and progress bars is very, very effective. But there is also one more thing which is important, which is this, add to cart button, right? It really depends how you configure your store, and you want to make sure that, if it's add to cart, then it actually adds product to the cart, versus if you, for example, use buy now button instead, then it would redirect people directly to the checkout. So let me show you how that works. So here inside, this is the product page. I can now, customize this button however I want. So for example, I can say buy now. I can, for example, add that. I can obviously change fonts and sizes and colors and all those things. And I can add the border line and things like that. Obviously, those settings are there. And also in terms of the timers, we have a bunch of options how to configure them. So you can, for example, remove the timer after it expires. You can redirect it to a different product page. You can redirect to a completely different page or just repeat the timer. And also when it comes to the progress bar, you can define what is the quantity and what is the timeout. So after how many seconds or minutes, the countdown, counts down products from the total quantity that you have, right? Now, if we select now here, buy now, and if we save this, right, then what we also need to use is this option called directly to checkout. So we want to enable that option. And what that option will do now is it's going to redirect us from the page directly to the checkout. So as you can see now, it's the same page, but we have now the buy now button. And so if I click this button right now, instead of going to the cart, it automatically redirects me to the checkout, and where I can now fill out all the information and start the checkout process. And this technique, by redirecting people directly to the checkout, is proven to significantly boost the conversion rate and purchase rate, because the biggest place where you lose conversions is typically in the cart. So people add products to the cart, but they don't end up purchasing them, right? Because there's some destruction or whatever. But when you take them directly to the checkout, that's where they are more likely to do that. And as you can see, we continue to display the price comparison, which I mentioned in the beginning. That's important throughout, because people want to see that they are getting a great deal at that particular moment, and that's what this option gives, right? So this is how timers, progress bars, and custom buttons can work in your favor when you do, special promotions, and particularly when you know who is your customer, who is the buyer, right?
All right, so up to this point, we have talked about the product title and price comparison. We have talked about the product description, featured image reviews. We have talked about product options, and we have talked about timers and scarcity and also direct to checkout effect that you can get if you want to maximize a result with one particular product page. Now, the next step and the final kind of core optimization step that I want to give you in this video is all about social media optimization. Now, when you hear social media, the first thing that you might be thinking about is social sharing buttons. And that's not what I'm talking about. In fact, putting social sharing buttons on a product page might hurt your conversions because they are significantly slowing down the loading speed of your product pages. Essentially, every single script that you are putting on the product page is slowing the page down. And the slower your page, the more your conversions will be suffering. Now, one thing that you need to do in order to optimize for social media is something that is not visible when you visit the page, but is always visible when you share it. So let's hop behind the computer and let me share with you the most important social media optimization thing that you need to do on every single product page.
So the key thing that you need to think about when you optimize this page for social media sites is how this page will look like if someone will share it on social media sites. And the way how you control that is through what's known as Open Graph, also known as OG. And what you want to do there is you want to customize the OG title, the OG description, and most importantly, you want to customize the OG image. And here at Dashnix, we have built these frames so that you can kind of simplify this process. And they obviously will not look perfect because they are not custom built for every single product, but you can upload a custom image if you want to. And for, the most important product pages on your store, I would definitely recommend to do that. But even this image is better than just showing a default image of a product, but because default sizing of the image will be completely different from the Open Graph sizing. And so as a result, your page will not look as nice on social media as it could. But when a lot of people are buying your product and a lot of people are starting to share the page, it's very important what shows up. And so that's why, you want to kind of pick the frame at least from here, or just, develop a custom image. So for example, if I pick this frame and I'm now going back and saving this, so now the page will be saved. And what it did, it generated this new kind of Open Graph image. And so when the page will be shared on social media, this is the image that people will see. Why people go crazy about this, and the product with arrows, and then the button check it out. And that's how you can just increase more traffic flow from social media sites and really leverage the social sharing that people do when they like the product, right? So make sure you optimize this part because it will just increase traffic flow to your product pages. And obviously that's like a snowball. The more traffic you get, the more sales you will be generating with your store.
All right, this is super powerful. So now you have these 5 strategies that you can implement on any product page right away to significantly boost conversions and really maximize the results with every single product you have in your business. And these product page optimization tactics works regardless whether you are selling a physical product, a digital product, or services. They will apply the same way. Now, as I promised in the beginning of this video, I'm going to give you 2 bonus strategies that are very important when you are optimizing your product pages today. They will literally help you to generate more revenue for your business as soon as you will implement them. So let me hop behind the computer once more and let me show you what these 2 things are all about.
Now, the first bonus that I want to show you when it comes to product page optimization is ability to create private pages for any product that you have on the store. And the reason why you want to have a private page is because you want to be able to create a custom offer for a specific marketing campaign. So, for example, let's say you want to run a special Labor Day campaign or Valentine's Day campaign, or you can do a weekend special promotion to your email list. In that case, instead of sending people to the public page that's available across your entire store, you want to send it to a specific page which indicates a special price, which indicates a special discount, and all of those optimization elements that we were talking about throughout this video. Because think about this, right now, if you look here, the price is $34.95, and if someone clicks on the homepage here, they'll see the same product for $59.95, right? So they can click and look at the same product, and now it looks different, right? This is just a standard price. We still show the comparison of the pricing because that's just helps to sell more when some random buyers come to the store. But it's no longer the same price we had on that private page, right? If you go back to the private page, you can see it's $34.95, and it just shows the special element for that particular promotion. And also, you can obviously configure timers and progress bars to work specifically for that campaign. So it can really be a campaign that expires on a specific day and time, and that way it'll just sell more. And this is one of those things that a lot of people are not doing on a regular basis. They are building these e-commerce customer lists, but they are not leveraging the private offers to just get more sales and more orders and really increase the LTV for their business, right? Now, when it comes to the second bonus that I want to show you, which is super, super powerful and crucial when it comes to today, is the option to have a dedicated mobile store. And here at Dashnext, we have built that because we are mobile first company. We think about the mobile experience first. And so when you build the store, or when you have a page like this on desktop, it's just very plain page because there is no need a fancy design on this page. The reason for that is because majority of the traffic comes from mobile devices. So you need to be able to define different elements and locations and how the page looks like on mobile device. And let me show you now, we configured these features so you can display the title above or below the image. You can, display the description below the image or above the image. So you can expand by default the description or collapse it. It really depends on what kind of store you are running. And when you save those things and you go to preview that store on mobile device, you can clearly see a completely different picture here, right? So everything is optimized really for mobile device. Starting from the top here with all the information, then logo here, then title at the top, reviews above the image, then featured image, zooming. Here is this option where you can collapse or expand the product description, pricing comparison, timers, add to cart button, and all the other elements that are important. And we are constantly improving this. In fact, we will release a very kind of improved version of mobile stores shortly to make sure that every single product page is automatically optimized for mobile devices. And also, the homepage will look different on mobile devices, and every single product page will be custom for mobile devices because it's so important to provide that mobile experience that is, just unparalleled with the desktop experience. It's not just responsive design that you need a dedicated mobile page if you want to win and close more sales today.
So now you have all the strategies how to do the product page optimization in a proper way. You know how to create a scarcity, you know how to enforce it, you know how to align your messaging on the product page with the objectives of your target audience. And on top of that, you now learned about the private pages and mobile optimization and how all of this can work together to generate more results for your business. Now, before we wrap up here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button as well. It helps our channel, it helps other people to discover us and really experience the simplicity and speed and results. Here at Dashniks, we are all about results, and we are all about providing the steps that can produce real results in the shortest time possible. So make sure you hit that like button, and if you have some question, please do not hesitate to ask them below this video. I'll make sure review them personally and respond to them. And also check our channel for more awesome education. There is some incredible training in our channel that you can use to make more money and build more powerful business faster than you ever thought possible. This is Peter Garrity. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video very soon.